So I've been asked a bunch of times about the Marcus Birt incident that happened at Lights Out 11. I think most of you have seen the video where his car flies through the air like an airplane and lands. We've rarely seen that car abort a run, and we've never seen it wheel stand before. Many people, fans especially, have the question of how does it go from going down the track all the time to flying through the air like an airplane. And I think to answer that, we have to kind of go way further back into how that relationship started. We've never really talked about a lot, and we probably even need to go further back than that to nitrous racing in general and how that started, at least for me. So we're going to spend a few minutes and kind of get back to the beginning and then kind of work up to exactly what happened with that run and then what we've done since then to prevent it. To go back to talk about nitrous racing, for me, you have to go way back to the beginning. The first thing I ever had that was nitrous injected, I used to have a S10 pickup truck, built a 383 stroker engine for it when I was 16 years old, drove it around. My manager at the service station I worked at, Tim Taylor, I approached him and said, I want to put nitrous on it, I don't have any money. He said, well, we got a buddy of mine named Mickey who might have some used stuff laying around. Let's go over to his shop after work and we'll take a look. So we go over to this shop and he fabs me up a makeshift nitrous kit. Basically a very simple 2-solenoid system. We ratchet strap the bottle behind the seat of the truck, put me a headlight switch on the floor that I can hit with my left foot, and put, I think, a 125 shot at it or something. And from then on, the first time I hit it, I was hooked on nitrous racing. I think 2 weeks later I had a plate and a fogger on it, and a week after that I had melted the block into 1,000 pieces. If you nitrous race, and especially if you're ever good at nitrous racing, you have destroyed internal combustion engines in a way that the casual fan just can't understand. These days you can read a lot about nitrous oxide injection and how it works. Back then, we just figured it out. There was trial and error, there was no books, there was no flow sheets, there was no one you could call. It was you get you some hardware parts, or you go over to CompuCar North Augusta and screw together some plumbing fittings and just see what works. I remember burning pistons and just looking at it and say, okay, that didn't work, let's try something different. So from a young age, I was hooked on nitrous racing. I found its limitations, and then we started modifying engines to make it more nitrous friendly. Step forward several years, you know, there's a lot of people that never get credit for my success. People like Little Mo. I used to sell tools to Brian Morris, and I'd go over to his shop. We'd sell tools. I mean, I'd sell him tools, but really we'd BS for nitrous motors for 2 hours. Before that, we used to work at Lincoln Mercury together. Wealth of knowledge there. You know, Phil Shuler in the early days, Brandon Switzer, you know, these guys, you talk to these guys and everyone had a different opinion on how to do it. Billy Stocklin, you know, sped me up light years when that relationship started, and his nitrous relationship come from racing with Doug Reister. So it's never like this one thing that just shoots you forward. You take pieces of everybody's knowledge that you meet along the way, and some of it works and some of it doesn't, and then you kind of put your own spin of your, what I like to call my craft on it. What made me successful in nitrous racing when I got serious about it was when me and Billy Stocklin went pro nitrous racing, and Billy Stocklin taught me how to take notes.
Your note-taking is legendary, right? I've seen him do it in Qatar.
That's a friendly way of saying that everybody knows I'm a nerd.
No, but I've seen him in Qatar, these notebooks and binders, and I mean, it's got to be a huge advantage to be able to lean on years and years and years of racing all these different cars in different atmospheric conditions and all sorts of different tracks, good,
Sure.
bad.
Oh yeah, you know, it's like drag racing. Everybody, like, and I get this a bunch. People come up and they go, "Well, I'm not as smart as you. I can't do this." I'm not smart at all. I just like write down lots and lots and lots of stuff. You know, and like it's experience. You have to have common sense, a little bit of smarts, and the big deal is experience. Doing it. That's where it's at in drag racing.
He never gets enough credit, but I taught Billy how to work on the race car, and Billy Stocklin taught me how to take notes about what we just done.
Nerd.
I've always been able to take a race car, and Billy will tell you this, I can iron a race car out faster than anybody I know on the planet. If you got 2 or 3 runs and you got to go to the top of the field, you just need to stand back and give me some tools and let me go. But Billy taught me how to take notes of all those changes and be able to step back when things had changed and get back to where you were. So when me and Billy Stocklin went pro nitrous racing, that was an eye-opening deal. Billy had no EFI experience. I had a wealth of EFI experience, so we paired that together and went pro nitrous racing. We were mildly successful in that, mostly due to our financial limitations and our engine program at the time, but we did have a lot of success. But it gave me the springboard to go back to nitrous racing later. Fast forward to the beginning of 2019, well, the end of 18 and the beginning of 19. Of course, I went blower car racing. We sold all the pro nitrous stuff. There was so much talk about the nitrous combination being not competitive anymore, or unable to run it, or it's not relevant. Everybody's selling all their nitrous cars. And it was to the point where they were fixing to legislate rules against the blower cars, against us, to continue to slow us down to where the nitrous cars could be relevant. I don't think anybody was in the 60s yet in radial, or maybe one car. And most all the cars were in the 70s and 80s and blowing up all the time. Blower cars were in the 50s. And Donald called me and said, we're gonna have to slow you guys down again. And I just lost it. I told him, I was like, man, this is bullcrap. Just because the people that are running them doesn't know how to run them doesn't mean I should be punished. And he gave me a challenge. He said, why don't you, if you think you can do it, he actually talked a little trash to me. He said, why don't you come out and show us that you can do it? Well, I hung up the phone and I didn't really take it seriously for a week or two, but it was eating at me. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna find one of these things. I'm gonna find somebody that's got a motor that I don't have to spend a lot of money. I'm gonna find somebody that's got a car, and I want somebody that's got one that's not competitive. I did not call up somebody that had a top tier program. I called up somebody that had a car and had the right pieces, but it was put together all wrong. And Jeffrey Barker put this deal together with Marcus Birt, and you gotta realize, me and Marcus Bird used to hate each other. We grudge raced each other, and I beat his eyeballs to death. That man paid me $10,000 in change one night in Macon. It was so, I don't know if you ever weighed $10,000 in change, but I beat him. It had the front wheels off of our pit vehicle off the ground. It's heavy. It's hundreds and hundreds of pounds. So like we had a very heated rivalry.
Right here.
But he had this Corvette that the fastest it been was 391, blowing up, flipping over. He had an engine that 5 years old, doesn't have any state-of-the-art stuff. But the pieces that were there, I thought I could make work. So I told him, I made a deal with him. I said, I'll tell you what, you're just gonna have to trust me. I need you to bring the car to my shop. I need 2 weeks with it, and we're gonna take it out, and it's gonna be the fastest one that there ever was in the world. He said, okay, no questions, but I could see him laughing at me. And I said, I don't wanna hear anything. You just gotta trust me. We bring that to the shop. I set the car up, put a torque converter together, put Holley EFI on it, ripped all the junk that comes on the motors off, threw it in the trash. We took it out, the first run we tested, nitrous didn't come on, went 102 or something. By the fourth run, it went 369, 200 miles an hour. And he is blown away that this thing's making progress, and I'm thinking that it's way faster than this. So we take this thing out in Sweet 16, and you guys kind of know this story. We went 360 with a 4, set the nitrous record, and obliterated all the nitrous records, and we did it without burning a piston. Then we bring it out the following, the end of the year, and we're running good. We're the first in the 50s. We end up running 55 with it. It just appears effortless. And again, you got to go back and look at the people that got me there. Billy Stocklin, doesn't get enough credit. People thank Billy for the nitrous car running good all the time. Billy's the first one to tell them I don't have anything to do with that nitrous car. But that is a lie. Billy does not tune that thing. He's never seen the data. He doesn't work on it. But the combination that we put together, Pro Nitrous Racing, is the basis for the knowledge that goes into that car. So I tell people all the time, Billy Stocklin tunes the whole thing. There's no I in team. I promise you, if Billy Stocklin did tune it from where it's at now, it'd probably be faster. So he needs to get some credit. When we took that thing to No Mercy 10 last year and DNQ'd with that car, that is where that crash started. Okay, any of us that do this for a living, especially people that tune cars for a living, as much as we don't admit it, we've all got an ego. That thing went out there and we had a wiring problem that stopped the thing from shifting. So it didn't shift into high gear 3 runs in a row, ended up DNQing the race. Having the quickest nitrous car in the world, and that time the quickest radial tire car in the world, and DNQing a race, crushed my ego. I told him this will not happen again. We take that thing out the first race of the year in 2020, go 55 and go to the finals against the Shadow. So I have avenged myself.
This car is shocking. Put it in the base! Look at Stevie Fast up and taking it. 54 with a 6.
But not at a lights out production, not at a No Mercy production. When we take that thing out to lights out 11, it goes down the track fine in Q1. Testing was cut short, I think, of weather. I don't think we made a test run or maybe one. Go out Q1, it goes down the racetrack. Ended up having to take the manifold off or something, had to put some pill in it. And when we went up there for Q2, somebody didn't plug in all the nitrous activation wires. So Q2, I knew Q3 was my home run session. I knew it was the only run I was going to get to swing at it at night. So Q2, I'm going up there to set up the long ball. I have a tune-up in that thing that's going to run 57 or 8 in Q2, and I want to set it up to run. In my mind, I'm going high 40s or low 50s in Q3. We go up there and the thing runs down the racetrack on motor, and I'm crushed and I'm pissed and I yell at everybody, and that's just not how we race. I'm not used to having failure like that. That ego, I should have drug that car up there with the same Q2 tune-up in it. It would have went 57 or 8, 56, a nice easy run. Move that thing into the number 1 or 2 spot. Instead, what we do as tuners is we assume that run happened. We assume that thing went 57. And I told Marcus, I said, I'm gonna yank on this thing. How fast you trying to go? I said, and I don't ever tell them. Like, I don't tell Marcus how fast we're trying to go. I just said, it's gonna be fast, you got to hang on. In my mind, I know I got something chucked up in there that's gonna run 51. Maybe a little better if it gets it. I was trying to run 8. That thing's been 896. I was trying to get in the 870s to 880s in the 60 foot, and I thought if I did that, I could run 49. So anytime you're trying to run faster than you've ever done, you don't have a weight set up for that. It ended up getting a pretty good 60 foot. Picked the front end up. It was probably as spectacular as it looks from the way I run the car. It was probably 10 pounds on the nose away from making the run and setting the record. Flew through the air like an airplane, smashed down, destroyed the front of the car, bent the whole thing up, had to be front half because of our ego as tuners, us always trying to reach up and grab something that we haven't got before. Take that thing to Reese Brothers Race Cars, and they completely front half this thing in 2 weeks. David and his staff did an awesome job. This thing looks like brand new money. Had the whole thing rewired. It is slick, it looks good. Spent a day at the racetrack, well, half a day going through the electronics, getting everything functioning how we wanted it to function. Down the racetrack, runs into a 330, doesn't go exactly straight, make a little preload adjustment, and as you guys can see, for T1 after a crash like that, it's really good to get back in the back being competitive. Marcus said, what we got in it? He said, we got like a 370 in it. And I told him, I said, Marcus, I don't know how to make this car run 370s. I don't know how you would take a Radio vs. the World car with a 5,300, 960-inch engine and run 370s. They should never do that. By the end of this year, I'm going to run 340s with a nitrous car. So it's like 365 is about as slow as I know how to go with the thing. He handled it like a champ. From flying through the air to run, he ran a 330. I think it went 242 or something to half track off the trailer. He's like, oh my gosh. He's like, that thing strapped me in the seat. I said, yeah, and just drove it for a while. Made another test run. I think one run we smoked the tires. I was getting too aggressive. Next run it rips down through there. And for the final test run of the day, T4, I told him, hang on, I'm gonna put the screws to it. And I put in basically that Q2 tune-up when the nitrous kits were unplugged in Valdosta. Air was very similar, and the thing runs 890, 360 foot, and runs down there, runs a 355 at 202 or something. He lifted early. He was out of gas at 340. Success with that thing. I want to shout out to Reese Brothers for the work that they did on that thing. The people that work on that thing, Craig Emerson does a good job. Jeffrey Barker is the car chief on that car. He does a lot of the behind the scenes work on it and doesn't get a lot of credit. He loads the tune-ups on it. When he comes gets the laptop from me and goes and loads it, he's making sure that those guys are on top of it. Jeffrey is one of the best common sense drag racers that I know, and he doesn't get enough credit with that thing. Everyone that works on that thing did an awesome job, and Marcus is doing an awesome job driving it. You guys are gonna see that car win a lot this year. I'm gonna make sure that car wins a lot this year, and I'm looking forward to exploring the nitrous combination a little bit further. I just said it earlier, so I'm gonna go ahead and say it again. Nitrous combination will run 340s in 2020 if they will let me to the racetrack. I still think it has the most advantage of in any class. I think in NHRA Pro Mod, I'm going to cover the field by a 10th with it. Radio vs. the World, I don't think I can outrun it in my own car. Me and Billy always have the conversation because me and Billy Stocklin sit beside each other in my office, and he's tuning the car that I drive, and I'm tuning Marcus Birt's car, and we're normally competing against in the final. I wish you guys could sit in there and hear some of the back and forth banter between me and Billy. Billy will tell me, I'm about to kick your ass. And I say, nope, I'm about to kick your ass. And then Billy will say, you're gonna help me kick your ass. And it's an interesting dynamic to have a group of guys around a couple of cars where all the cards are on the table all the time. We appreciate you guys' fan support. Thank you guys for being so passionate about that nitrous combination. It makes me want to continue exploring it. And let's not give up on Gorilla Flames. We're going to do some stuff in 2020 if they'll let us to the racetrack with that nitrous combination that's going to make everybody kind of think it's cool again. So thank you guys for supporting us. Thank you guys for watching our YouTube videos. If you're not subscribed yet to our YouTube channel, you're missing out. And I put a lot of effort into this. So if you guys will subscribe, like, and comment, we'll keep content coming your way, and we'll see you at a racetrack soon. Thank you.
It's recording. Alright, I told y'all when y'all go to the track, if your car is too slow, you're not eating enough pizza.
We got the original 350s pizza from Carolina Dragway, signed and endorsed by Stevie Fast Jackson. Hunt Brothers Pizza, the best pizza at the racetrack. Sorry, Papa, this is the new hotness.